Don't go off the cliff. No, why are you so dumb? Welcome back, guys, to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved with me, PommieGamer. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day. And if you remember, in the last episode, we finished up by learning the engrams for the industrial forge, which can only be crafted in the fabricator, because today I think it's about time we had some technological upgrades and get us one of these bad boys. And I've never actually had one of these before. In Season 1 we didn't level high enough to obtain one. So it's going to be interesting, and I think it's definitely going to help us going forward with all of the other high level stuff we want to be crafting. Now, as we mentioned before, crystal is not really a problem. Oil's not too much of a problem, and now that we have Hopkins, cementing paste is not a problem either. The big two to get hold of are going to be metal ingots. 2,500 means we're going to need to mine 5,000 raw metal in order to get that number, and the polymer as well is going to be pretty tricky to get hold of, but we may be able to get away with it using organic polymer. But the first course of action is definitely going to have to be the metal ingots. And you may notice in my inventory I have already crafted up a ramshackle ankylo saddle from a blueprint we have over at the Western Coast base, and I also have some dillo kibble with me because we are going to go out and find ourselves an ankylo. We haven't had one all season, we've just been mining the metal by hand, but I think if we're going to want to get this kind of numbers of metal resources, we're definitely going to need to get ourselves an Anky to help us mine those resources. So what I'm going to do, guys, is head out and scout around some of the mountains on the islands looking for a high level Anky, and then I'll bring you back once I've found something worth taming. See you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and I just spotted myself a level 116 male ankylo. So I went back to base and picked up Horus, also picked up some other supplies as well. So we got some narcotics, got our fur armor on. I also crafted a wooden raft because I realised if we're able to get this guy, getting him home is going to be a problem as well. Now, this area is not the safest of areas to be doing a tame. So the first thing we need to do is just make sure we've got any of the bad guys out of the way. I've already killed a T-Rex in this area. Got a couple of RGs around. Is there any wolves though? They're always my primary concern. Not seeing any wolves as of yet, so now might be an ideal time to actually start the tame. If I can get up somewhere high, that would be ideal as well. Let's hop off. Let's stick you on passive Horus. There we go. Okay, right, let's get our trank gun out. Which one was it? Was it this one here, or...? Yeah, that's the one we want. Okay. That's the wrong button. There we go. Right, let's see if we can drag this guy over. Hopefully his friend doesn't aggro as well. Now, unfortunately, we can't carry these guys with Horus because we need a Quetzal to do that, and that's still something we haven't got. See, his friend's becoming a problem as well. We should be able to hopefully just keep tranking this guy, and then we can just deal with his friend once he's down. His friends decided to run off. This is the right guy still. Just wanted to double check. I Ideally I want to get him away from that water, because if he goes into flea mechanic, then there isn't a lot we can do if he's going into the water there. Don't go off the cliff. No, why are you so dumb? Oh, you're such a stupid Anky. Why? Is there any way I can get you to come up onto land? Oh, because if we down him there, he's just going to drown. Oh, this flea mechanic is so irritating. I mean, I get it. I understand it, the concept of a flea mechanic, you know, makes sense. You know, dinos taking damage should run away. But not to the detriment of being so dumb that you jump into the water and get yourself stuck. There's no way I can get this bloke out of there. That's really frustrating. It was the same deal with the Dodicarus last time. They end up in a bugged state. Can't grab this guy. What can I do? I mean, there isn't anything I can do. It's like a fool's errand, really, if I just try and hit him in the face. Maybe I can aggro him back up the hill. Pretty sure he's stuck though, and he's definitely going to drown if he's there. Can I aggro him this way, maybe? If I can get him to swim this way. No, you literally found the one place where you are completely stuck. And it's not like your head is above water either, is it? You're such a dumb dinosaur. Right guys, I'm going to be right back. Probably going to have to find another Anky because this one has got the brain worms. See you guys in a bit. Oh! He's down. I'm stuck. Oh, for Christ's sake. There we go. Can we jump? Horse, come here, mate. Okay, guys. I persevered with this guy, and somehow managed to get him down in a decent place. Just need to take care of this Rex, which has just decided to spawn as well. So let's take care of him first. I mean, he's in an okay spot, really. He's not drowning, at least. At least I don't think he is. I need to double check on the oxygen right now. But I don't want this T-Rex coming down there and ruining the party. Come on, just die. You're such a dummy. Not even fighting back. Alright. Okay, let's park ourselves down on this ice floe here. No, horse. Okay. Here then, we'll park here. You chill there, horse. Is he drowning? Is he okay? Oxygen's holding. Okay, that's awesome. Let's get the Dillo kibble on him. Torpor is falling. It's at a steady pace. It's not too bad. Okay, well this is turned out better. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. We still have to get him out of there, but that may be easier with a saddle on him. I'm going to take the chance on this guy because he is a level 116, and I haven't seen anything higher. I think the highest after that was level 72. So super happy we've managed to somehow get this guy without him drowning. I'll be right back once he's tamed up. See you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and our Ankylo is just about to tame up, and I'm a little bit worried that he's going to drown, but hopefully not. There we go. Oh, he's underwater. Oxygen. Oh, you ate the last kibble. He's holding. Okay, so let's get the saddle on him. Horse, you stay there. I'm going to try and get this guy out somehow. There we go. Can you get up onto that? Just about. Right, there's no bad hombres around. Oh, perseverance. That is awesome. So he ended up in the weirdest place, but in actual fact it actually turned out to be, I guess, the better place for the tame. Because we didn't get attacked by anything, which is awesome. Let's start by renaming this guy. And I think we're going to call this guy Hank. Hank the Ank. And he tamed out at level 173, so just shy of a perfect tame, but of course, you know, he wasn't at level 120, sadly. Let's just take a quick look at the stats. So, health is pretty decent, 3,360. Stamina, 560. Oxygen food, no one cares. Weight's 390, that's going to come in super handy with the metal. And melee damage, 292.8% with a movement speed of 150. That's really cool. Now we have the problem of trying to get him home, so I'm actually going to whistle you to stay there. Stay on passive. I need to find a clear way of getting him out at sea. I'm going to guess the best place to put a raft is going to be somewhere in this vicinity. So let's try and land here as best as we can. Okie doke. And we'll come down here. We'll get our raft and we'll go use item. Excellent. Let's hop onto the raft. Let's hide the sail. And because I think he's going to need some help getting up, we're probably going to want to put down some foundations and ramps. So I already made some. So with the S plus stuff, it doesn't need to be particularly pretty, it just needs to actually work. So the center is, he says, but you know me. Let's just try and get this a little bit straight at least. It kind of makes life a little bit easier. Turn it that way ever so slightly. That should be pretty good. There's one. There's 2. 3. And let's come back this way. 1, 2, 3. And that's everything. And then this time we want to stick these on the front. I only made 2, unfortunately. I completely forgot that it's going to be a 3 wide, but that'll be good enough, I think, to get him out at least. Let's try and turn the raft around just to make it a little bit easier. Spin it around. Turn in circle of a bus. Like so. We need to leave ourselves a bit of room just so we can get out as well. That should hopefully be enough room for him to come this way. We'll leave Horus there. We'll just try and hop over on the ice floats ourselves. Right, come on Hank. We've come this far, buddy. Let's try and get you back home. You got a level already, that's awesome. Right, let's pump that way. Let's see how much we get per point. So it was about 15 points, not too bad. Right, how are you about swimming, mate? Because you don't look like a keen swimmer. We'll try and... Oh, surprisingly, Hanky's quite the swimmers. They're like the Dodicarus. They're very, very quick in the water. That's really bizarre. There we go. We've got him up onto the raft. That's exactly what we wanted. I'm going to turn him around just so that his tail is not in my face when I'm riding. Right, guys. I'm going to get this guy back to base and then take him up to the mountain and start gathering some resources. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and it's just turned night time here and the stars are out. Hank and I have just come up to the volcano to gather up some metal resources so that we can construct the industrial forge. And I just wanted to bring you back and just show you how well he's doing, because this was definitely the right call. He's gathering so much metal. The big problem at the moment is actually his weight. As you can see there, 577.2 now. Got him up to level 185, and I've pumped 1 point into melee damage. The rest has gone into weight, and I think I'm just going to keep doing that, given that these metal nodes that we're gathering are weighing 200 each. But we've got metal refining as we speak, and in fact we've got a fair amount of it up here. I'll show you what we've got going on. So got this one completely full, and we've got this one over here completely full. Metal smelting on the way. I've already taken some out of there, and let me show you this metal chest here. So as you can see, we've got a ton of raw metal already gathered up and waiting to be refined. Some of this stuff is mine, but actually the majority of it is actually, I believe, Freddy's. Now I don't know whether he has plans for it or whether he's got some surplus to requirements. So what I might actually do to speed up this process is actually just borrow the 2,500 that you see there, construct the industrial forge, and then I can move all of this raw metal down and smelt it at my base, which will be 10 times quicker, and then I'll bring back the refined metal and replenish these stocks, because it's the right thing to do. When you're working as a community, you don't want to be taking resources that other people have worked hard to gather, just in case they've got plans for it. So I think that's what we're going to probably do. I'm also keeping hold of any obsidian that I come across, because we're going to need to make up a ton of polymer as well. The obsidian I've been keeping in here. We may need to go out on Hopkins and gather some more cementing paste in order to make, I think it's 400 polymer required for the industrial forge, but he makes light work of the cementing paste anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Right guys, I'm going to carry on grinding these resources out, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to build the industrial forge. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and I finished gathering up all of the resources required for the industrial forge, and you may notice that I've actually placed them in the S Plus crafting station, and that's because we're actually going to make the S Plus industrial forge. Now this is completely identical to the vanilla ARK industrial forge, and in fact it costs the same amount of resources to build and gives you exactly the same amount of experience for crafting. But the only difference is it allows you to power the forge by either gasoline or electricity, whereas the vanilla ARK forge only allows you to power it via gas. So that's going to be super beneficial to us once we get this whole place wired up with electricity, and we only have to focus on one generator. So here we go. It's taken a long time to get all of these resources together. Let's craft it and see how much we get. So we're on 30242. Oh my god, that gave us like 22 XP. Oh, these higher end items that they're adding later in the game, they should give you so much more experience given how expensive they are. But anyway, we've got our industrial forge now, so let's head downstairs and get it placed. Now, if you remember when I first started building the castle, I already eyed out a place for the industrial forge, and that is just around here. And we've got this nice big space here, and it's really close to the metal vault, so hopefully this will be the perfect spot for it. So let's grab our industrial forge. Now, forgive me, this is something I'm going to take a long time to place, and you can see it actually looks quite small by comparison to the rest of my castle, but it's just because we've got such a huge build. This thing is normally, I think, 8 walls high, or something like that, maybe 6.5. So let's go into our K camera, and zoom all the way out, and let's try and get it lined up as best we can. In fact, let's try and use that line just over there. In fact, I'm going to come back because I can see it a little bit better. Let's drag it a bit closer to us. get ourselves straight. So that's just off kilter a little bit. Go a little bit to the left. That looks a little bit, needs to go to the right. It's pretty good. Right, let's come this way. Zoom out a bit. Now, how far can we go? Oh, we can actually clip right into the wall there. I don't think we want to do that. Let's try and keep it away from the wall there, because I certainly do not want to have to demolish this for any reason, given how expensive it is to craft. Make sure we've got enough clearance behind there. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to bring it forward just a little bit more and kind of have it in line with that wall there. I wonder if we're ever going to want to build walls this way, because that could cause us some problems. Maybe we will stick it back a bit further. That way at least we've got the option of walling this thing in if we need to. I'd much rather that it clip into that back bit there rather than hang over the edge. I'm pretty satisfied with that. And are we looking straight? I think as straight as we're going to get it. Here we go. Ta-da! That's awesome. I've never actually built one of these, so it's really cool to see one up close. That looks so cool. That is really nice. Let's take a look inside. So it has 100 slots, requires gasoline to operate, or electricity. This is obviously the default industrial forge text. Put unrefined resources in this to refine. Now I haven't got a generator set up yet, so let's go upstairs and grab some gasoline. I have got some on the go in the forges that we have up here as well. So let's come over here, see if we've got any made up. Oh, there we go, plenty. Let's just take a couple of hundred of those for now. And if we come downstairs, I grabbed some of the metal from the volcano, and it's on Dappy at the moment. So let's bring Dappy round and get that industrial forge loaded up. I'm really interested to see just how quickly this thing is able to refine all of this metal stuff. So if we go onto Dappy's inventory, take as much as we can carry. Squirt the gasoline in there first. So this should be 2,000 raw metal, which will give us 1,000 metal ingots. And let's get the last of that stuff. There we go. Let's get Dappy out the way. Don't want you getting burnt, fella. It's going to be extremely hot. Come on, you can do it. I know you've got the turning circle of a bus. There we go. Right, just get you out of the way. Right, the moment of truth. Let's see how quickly this thing refines the metal. Turn on. Doesn't seem to be doing it any quicker. I'm guessing it's going to do it in bulk, similar to when you're crafting certain resources in the mortar and pestle. And there we go, we've got 20, so it does 20 at a time. That's so cool. So it's I think in terms of the timer, it's about the same amount of time as one of the stone forges, but instead of producing one metal ingot, it produces 20. So we're gonna have all of that metal replaced in absolutely no time, and the fact that it can hold 100 items, which 100 times 200 is a decent amount of metal. What's that, 20,000? That's awesome. 20,000 metal, which give you 10,000 metal ingots. Away you go. Minus obviously you have 2 slots, well, a slot for gasoline, but with this we can power it with electricity and then we can completely fill it up. Not a problem. And look at that, it just looks absolutely amazing. Let's get that screenshot, get a moment. That's brilliant. Ah, super excited. It's taken a very long time, but well worth all of the effort. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, remember to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more ARK Survival Evolved videos. Until the next time, guys, keep calm and level up.